Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Abishai. Bahashim Rakah Kadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, GMS. Salutations to all the Akim, my fellow laborers, the confusion of face Akim, that do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. And to the hopeful elect and Akwathium that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom, peace and salutations. This is a video by the Florida Macus that I'm profiling, and I'm just going to let some of the information that he has play, because there are major distractions going on. Esau feeds on events. He looks forward to death and carnage, or situations that can be sensationalized so that they can distract from what's really going on. So just had a earthquake and mudslides that killed some people in Japan, which is an act of the Most High. The Most High God did that. The scriptures clearly say he was making a visitation on the earth with earthquake, flood, fire, famine, etc., etc. And that's happening all over the world like never before. Earthquakes all over the world like never before. All right. And then you have the other distraction of the thing in Thailand. All right. But there's something going on. I did a video on it maybe close to a month ago about what's happening in the Caribbean Sea and in South America. And the Edomites here in America, who are in cahoots with the World Bank, are losing control over that region. So you got something just as bad brewing up right beneath America in our own backyard, so to speak. So let's let some of this video play. Then I'm going to just, tune in with a couple scriptures.
The same sheet of music with me here. Now, this is the map I put together of where I would not want to be, where I would really like to be, and some places that are kind of iffy. That might give you a little bit of hope for a little bit of time. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are like, oh, this is completely backwards. You shouldn't do it this way. I would rather be here, here, here. That's fine. Let me show you why I chose these places. It's this chart right here. Federal tax revenue by state. In our tax system, our progressive socialist tax system, where the richest pay the most and the least wealthy don't pay anything. Marx would have been proud. We have 4 states in this union that carry the weight and carry the freight for the other 46. And that's just the case. And so when shit hits the fan, and I did a video on this a few weeks ago when this woman stepped into backwards. You shouldn't do it this way. I would rather be here, here, here. That's fine. Let me show you why I chose these places. It's this chart right here. Federal tax revenue by state. In our tax system, our progressive socialist tax system, where the richest pay the most and the least wealthy don't pay anything. Marx would have been proud. We have 4 states in this union that carry the weight and carry the freight for the other 46. And that's just the case. And so when shit hits the fan, and it comes down to, let's see, where are we going to send the fuel trucks today? We can't send them to all 50 states. Where are we going to send them? We're going to allow food imports. Where are we going to allow them to go? Because, trust me, there's not going to be a day when there's not going to be a government here, whether it's the current one or whether it's the shadow one. And I know people are like, well, Missouri is where the limestone caves are. It's like, well, that's not going to help you and me. So this is why I chose this. These are the places that are paying the bills for everybody else. California, Texas, New York, Florida. Illinois is only because of Chicago, and when shit hits the fan, that's going to fall apart, so they go away. New Jersey is just a part of New York, basically, so I left that be. Ohio, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. Massachusetts for sure, because that's just basically part of the big north. The green was because of the oil fields. You might get a job as a slave up there, and you will be, because there's going to be areas that are just going to be run locally, and DC is going to they're just not going to be.
So basically, what he's doing here is the green spots, according to him, are the spots that they're going to take care of, mainly because that's where the wealthiest Americans are, and those are the things that are the main places that keep Americans alive. The white with the spotted greens are the places that are going to be semi-okay, according to his information. And then, of course, there's a place in the red. Those are the no-go zones. Those are the death zones, because no resources are going to be there. And those are some of the places where supposedly you have the least crime and problems, and you can leave your doors unlocked. And a lot of those places, rural areas, those will become those will become some of the most bloody places you can be. And truth be said, unless you have a hedge of protection around you, you're not safe anywhere in America when all this starts. This is Psalms 91:1. It said, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." And the secret place is basically knowing the name. All right? Understanding the mysteries, being among the elect. Everyone can't dwell there. Not even all of Israel can dwell there, because not all Israel is Israel. 2/3 of Israel is already been marked for death, to die the death of heathens. That's in Zechariah the 13th chapter, around the 8th to 9th verse. All right? So 2/3 of Israel is going to die. How much more you rest of you heathens? Okay? Verse 2. "I will say of Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress and my power, and in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His trust shall be thy shield and buckler." All right? Because, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times, man. All right? Because people are going to lose it when this happens. And this guy sees it coming. And that's why he keeps making videos talking about it. Okay? Let's go quickly to the book of Job. This is Job 1:10, and it says, actually I started 9, and it said, "Then Satan answered and said, Yahweh, and said, Doth Job fear power for naught? Hast not thou an hedge about him, and about his house, and all about that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land." So basically, Satan was making a complaint to the Lord that, we got this deal going on, but you got a hedge around him, proving to you too that Satan can't get past the hedge that the Most High puts up. All right? And the elect are going to have that hedge around them when these days come. Okay? And calling on Jesus and Jehovah is not going to get it, because those are not the names. All right? Calling on, most high Christ bless, or as some Israelite groups say, you can call him anything. You can call him Yo Play Yogurt. Nah, that's a bold-faced lie. Or a bald-faced lie, however you want to say it.
Able to govern everywhere all the time anymore. And so the wealthy are going to take over, and they're going to want to maintain the oil flow out of this place. But all these other places, you can forget it. I thought about leaving Nebraska because of the farming out here, but for the average person, it's not going to be a good place to be. Texas, of course, California, basically because these places, this is where the wealth is, this is where the money is, and it's straight down here, and you start looking through these numbers. Oh, look, District of Columbia, 38,000 per person, GDP. So even though their total number is small, tourism here. So there's always going to be a flow of money into Florida.
He thinks Florida is going to be protected because of tourism. This guy has not a spiritual bone in his body. Now, this is what I was talking about. What's going on down in South America, okay? And how it's going to affect America. Let them speak.
Like AMLO was in Mexico. He is double and triple everybody else. You could take everybody else running against him, add up all of their numbers, and they don't reach his number. This
guy is about to unite. The way it looks, he's about to unite not only Brazil, but all of South America, man. They said this dude could very well be one of the most popular leaders in current history, man. And the people willfully chose him. Didn't take corrupted polls to put this guy into office. And this guy's in prison, and they want to let him out, and he's coming out of prison to rule, to go into power. All right?
That's how popular he was. Or is, I should say now. Because he's going to run, and he's going to win. And now you're going to have Brazil that's going to be siding with Venezuela, Ecuador siding with Venezuela, Mexico siding with Venezuela, Nicaragua, Cuba.
The Caribbean islands as well.
They just cemented ties with Algeria, Mozambique, Turkey, Russia, Iran, Syria,
all places that are against America.
China. I mean, the list goes on and on. South Africa. They're not isolated. This issue with Venezuela is going to go down in history as one of the biggest failures of U.S. imperialism ever. Because they've tried 3 times now, in 3 different administrations, to take down this country and fail. You know, I don't pretend to speak for God, but it does seem like he has his hand on these people.
Yes, he
does. Not necessarily the government.
Because what they're going to do, they're coming against Esau, Edom. They're coming against the Anglo-Christian, Judeo-Christian government-ran banks of the world. All right? And this is prophesied in the Bible. All right? And they're going to bring them down. And all you Edomites, he's going to refer to them as Americans. Hunker down wherever you are and you know, this, that, and the other. But what he's trying to tell them is that they're going to come for you. Also, all the Edomites is down in South America, they're going to all get put to death, man. They're going to meet violent deaths. That's what's going to happen to them.
These people for a reason. Because I don't know any other country that would have survived this level of an assault over 3 decades with 3 completely different administrations. So we'll leave it there. But keep your head on a swivel and lift each other up. Make sure you have people in.
I'm trying to find where he said that.
You know, I don't pretend to speak for, because they've tried 3 times now in 3 different administrations to take down this country and fail. They're not isolated. This cemented ties with Algeria. And now you're going to have Brazil.
We're just going to go.
That's going to be siding with Venezuela. Ecuador siding with Venezuela. Mexico siding with Venezuela.
Look at that. The number of people.
Double and triple everybody else. You could take everybody else running against.
Hold on. Let's see if we can get to that chart. Slovakia.
I really do, because is this. Let's see if I can find it. Biggest news out of South America in a long time.
Well, it actually may be in the next video. But you know, we're gonna end this one. This is part 1 because it's too much information that I need to get out to put in this one clip. So we're gonna end it here, and then we'll pick up in part 2. So call halal Yahweh Bashim Shai, Bashim Rakakadash, and Abba Ball.